Tarot, astrology, and other divinatory arts are not a replacement or substitute for psychiatric or physical health care. Hey there, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month, February, is all about moving away from the unending, getting away from things that are stuck, can go no further, or seem to be caught in repeating cycles for the detriment. And we see a lot of this taking place with you with the help of your friends, with especially the first 3 weeks of the month, with the sun in Aquarius, your 11th house of friendships, social networking, your platonic support system, the guys, the gals, your fellows, and with the sun focusing on attention enhancement and support and growth here, you're going to want to make sure that you are very socially available to see what contributions, new activities, hookups, maybe gifts are coming to you through this part of your chart, because people are getting a lot more involved with you, helping to pull you out of your shell or pull you out of a bubble or a box that you've been in. After the 19th of the month, the sun moves on into Pisces, your 12th house of your past, the privacy zone, the hidden zone, and, for the last week or so of February, going on into March, you're going to be getting a chance to also reconnect with something that once fell apart in the past that you can bring back to life to maybe replace something that you are moving away from now. We've got a full moon in Leo on February 5th. This is your 5th house of love, romance, as well as recreation, creativity, and parenthood, your relationships with your kids. And a full moon is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And in the 2-week window period following the 5th, we are seeing a transition of relationship status and style with one or more people you are connected to in any of these relationships. And this can bring the closing of a story, the turning of a page. Some of you may be changing your status when it comes to love and romance. Partnerships and collaborations as well are going to be going through a bit of a reevaluation, a reinvention, and you may be closing the books on a difficult story or a difficult journey you have been on that has maybe been a challenge for you and one of your kids. We also have Mars, your ruling planet, in Gemini all month long. This is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, your peer group, and anything to do with helpful third parties. And so we've got even more emphasis on that discussion of people really showing up for you. When Mars is in the 3rd house, it's time for you to break out of a lot of binding conditions, agreements, contracts, and, limiting circumstances that have maybe kept you at the beck and call of different obligations or different commitments or whatever that are really slowing your growth. You're going to be having people show up to help you knock down walls and help you fight your battles. And you may also find that with Mars in the 3rd house, there's also going to be an opportunity for you to make a big score financially with the help of a friend who may become a very close friend, a member of the family, with all they can do for you. We've also got Mercury in Capricorn, which is going to be more of the first 10 days or so of the month, goes right up to the 11th. And we've got rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds in your 10th house of career. Upward mobility, your status, your station, promotions, and this is speeding up the rate with which you are accumulating wealth and climbing any kind of professional, industrial, or business ladder where you are trying to maybe step up into a higher echelon, maybe promote yourself in some way. In fact, with Mercury in the 10th house, there may be some accelerated growth here. You're going to have to be able to adjust your priorities for, because it's all happening for you, but you're going to need to be ready to accommodate it. After the 11th, or on the 11th, it's kind of like on the day itself, we've got Mercury entering Aquarius, that 11th house of friendships and social networking for the rest of the month, and we're going to be speeding up the accomplishment of some kind of goal or some kind of dream or aspiration you have set for yourself that maybe you wanted to accomplish this year, but you set it out for later in the year or even in the beginning of next year. But with the help of your friends, there may be a way to move that success on forward. And so instead of having to wait till the end of the year, beginning of next year, you may be able to accomplish something much sooner. Finally, we also have Venus in Pisces going all the way up through the 20th of the month. And Venus is all about love, favors, popularity, and affection, and gifts. And this is your 12th house of your past, privacy, and hidden zone. And you're going to be getting a lot of secret hookups, secret gifts, and secret demonstrations of favor and affection from people from all areas of your life this month. These could be secret work hookups. These could be secret financial gifts, or there could even be some opportunities for you to reconnect with somebody from the past as it relates to a collaborator or an ally. Romantically, a lot of you who are coupled are going to be taking a trip down memory lane and maybe bringing something back from your romantic past or reconnecting with maybe an old flame if you're interested in that, or maybe even someone we didn't even get a chance to go that far with, for those of you who are single or available to new people. And after the 20th of the month, Venus is in Aries, your sign, giving you the wild card blessings of Venus, turning you into a love, favor, and popularity magnet as we close up the month and go on into March. And we also have a new moon in Pisces, that 12th house, on the 20th as well. And in the 2-week window period following the 20th of February, which is all about, again, getting you into a place where you're getting back in touch with your past, this new moon, which is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and long-term commitments, is going to help you bring something back to life from a while ago, something that you used to have, but maybe you lost once upon a time. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it, and of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month is all about moving away from the unending, getting away from things that hit the wall, they're stuck, they're not growing, they're not changing anymore, or they're about to restart a vicious cycle. February says, hell no, we're actually gonna just roll over it with something else. A lot of this is taking place due to some big developments with the sun in Aquarius, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, your status, your station, and promotions for the first 3 weeks or so of the month. Remember, the sun is all about attention, enhancement, support, and growth, and there's going to be a great deal of adjusting going on when it comes to environmental and atmospheric conditions at the job or in your business, on your, own profile, maybe even having to do with the way you get paid or how much you get paid. And all of this is coming in such a way where you are getting more value for the work that you're putting out there. This is also putting you in line to promote yourself, right? To maybe attain some kind of new competitive position, role, or assignment, which will change the name you make for yourself in that respect, but also put you in the spotlight when it comes to a lot of new advents and opportunities that are just getting spawned in your workspace or in your business or in your industry this month. After the 19th, we've got the sun in Pisces, your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And it's going to be a very social time for you, especially going up through about week 3 of March. With the sun in the 11th house, right, this is the guys, the girls, your fellows, your platonic support system. You're going to be forging stronger bonds, a stronger sense of community, and people are really showing up for you. A lot of contributions, a lot of hookups are coming to you through your friendship circles, so be ready to be more engaging, especially if you've been a bit of a solo player in recent history. We've got a full moon in Leo on the 5th of the month. This is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And this is taking place in your 4th house of home and family. And this is opening up a 2-week window period between the 5th and the 19th of the month for a major transition to get underway. A lot of you are going to be closing up a great deal of old stories or old narratives that have maybe been running or influencing you or your household, or maybe it's family as in your natal family, your nuclear family. There could also be the clearing of some kind of old burden or old detriment that has maybe been, again, kind of haunting the family in some way. This is also a time where a lot of you are going to be able to maybe close up a lot of old family business or old household business to firmly get yourself in a move into the new. In fact, a lot of you who are house hunting are going to find that this is a great time for being able to move or find the place you want to move to. And even if you're not moving, we see a major transformation going on to your home environment to make it all the more comfortable, all the more lucrative and secure. We also have Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your second house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables. And Mars is bringing in that high energy, blockbusting, and intense rousing of activity to your earning, to your income sector, which is all about, again, raking in a hell of a lot more wealth for you. However, you are going to want to be careful because Mars in the second house says we make money through work. So if you're thinking about, kicking back and just sort of lying recumbent and having it come with no effort, you're going to be, surprised, this month. But at the same time, be prepared. This is all about breaking some serious glass ceilings when it comes to your earning power in the best of ways. But work might take over your life every now and then. We've got Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month. This is your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, and your spiritual path and practice, your reach and your influence. And Mercury is bringing rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds here for you. When we have Mercury in this part of our charts, we are speeding up the closure of some kind of long-term story or long-term contract, long-term commitment that we have made in one of these areas, which is taking us now out of our bubble to be able to expand our territory, maybe do some traveling, build more business connections, publish, make a new name for ourselves, right? Propagate something that we care about, really put ourselves out there with some star power. This is also a time where a lot of you may be speeding up the maturation of a long-term collaboration or a long-term contract that you have to a successful fruition. After the 11th, Mercury is in Aquarius, that 10th house of career and upward mobility for the rest of the month, speeding up the rate with which you are climbing the professional ladder and accumulating wealth. And so, again, a very, very profitable, very lucrative month for the Taurus people. We have got Venus in Pisces up through the 20th of the month. This is your 11th house of friendships and social networking, your platonic support system. And Venus is all about love, favors, popularity, affection, and gifts. And you're going to be noticing a lot of very generous gifts and very generous favors, tokens of affection, loyalty, and devotion being showered upon you by your friends, by the guys, the girls, your fellows, right? That platonic support system. Things that are going to transform your material world, as well as also hook you up in a lot of different ways to help you accomplish things that you have been trying to maybe achieve as a solo player that you would be able to do better if you had your allies closer. This is a great time to pull allies closer, create tighter relationships with friends you already know to be true blue as well. In fact, this is also going to help a lot of you in love because when it comes to love and romance, those of you who are coupled are going to be getting a chance to finally build or arrange the perfect community and support system for your relationship, bringing in more fun, adventure, and recreation. And for those of you who are single or available, it may be through your friendship circle or a community you're connected to that a new relationship gets underway. After the 20th, we've got Venus in Aries, your 12th house of your past, privacy, and hidden zone. And this is going to be focusing on getting you back in touch with things that used to be really strong energizers of love, favor, popularity, and affection in your life, things that, put you out there, things that brought you that satisfaction, that fulfillment, and that connection. from your past that maybe you've lost touch with, whether it's within yourself. Sometimes this can show up where we get gifts from the past, gifts from behind the scenes, whether they're for our personal life or our professional life, it doesn't matter. And a lot of you may be actually taking a trip down memory lane with love as well. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th. This is that 11th house of friendships and social networking. And this is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and new long-term commitments. And the 2-week window period following the 20th of February is giving you an opportunity to not only cement a strong new friendship or a strong new alliance, but it is also giving you an opportunity to make a fantasy, a dream that you did not think was feasible, real. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month is all about moving away from the unending, moving away from investments, stories, commitments that have hit the wall. They're not growing, they're not changing, and, maybe run the risk of repeating a vicious cycle. Well, February says, hell no, we are rolling over it with something else, something superior. And a lot of this is going to be coming from the sun in Aquarius for the first 3 weeks of the month. The sun is in your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, anything to do with your spiritual path and practice, long distance connections, your reach and your influence. And when we have the sun here bringing that attention, enhancement, support, and growth, you're going to be finding that you're going through a 15 minutes of fame kind of experience. Your name is on everybody's lips, and you are becoming a more powerful influence in this world. In fact, a lot of you may find that because of this rise in your stock and awareness of you or what you do, you are going to be able to get out of a bubble that you've been trapped in. If you have been looking to travel, transfer, move, promote yourself, or maybe you've been looking to amend or alter some kind of existing contract, agreement, or maybe legal precedent that you have been living with or living under, this is the month where all of the atmospheric and environmental influences are shifting and already putting that in motion for you. And so all you need to do is step forward and take full advantage of it. After the 20th of the month, we've got the sun in Pisces, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, your status, your station, raises, growth, and promotions. And this is going to be a time where you're noticing those environmental and atmospheric shifts are now taking their toll on your job or on your business, on your industry, making things all the more lucrative, making things all the more comfortable, all the more easy, and you are getting a lot more value for what you bring to the world. This is also a time where a lot of you who may be trying to work on a smaller business, or you have a fledgling project that you're trying to grow, this is going to be the month where you are noticing, with the help of some friends, damn, it's really growing. We've got a full moon in Leo on the 5th of the month. This is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, your peer group, helpful third parties, and anything to do with contracts that, you've got binding or you've had binding for a while. And a full moon is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And in the 2-week window period following the 5th, there is going to be a great deal of clipping and elimination of a lot of commitments and bindings and contracts and even cords that have maybe been keeping you stuck in a space where it has been prohibiting you from growing, what has been keeping you from having nice things, what has been keeping you from going where you belong, what has been keeping you from being able to make a big launch with your life. Well, a full moon in the 3rd house is saying we're getting rid of not just that bind or that attachment, but we're also getting rid of the cause and the core and the effect all at once. We've got Mars in your sign all month long. Mars being all about high energy, blockbusting, and an intense rousing of activity. And when we have Mars in our sign, we get the wild card blessing of Mars affecting all areas of our life at once, not just us, or not just one particular area, right? Not just work, not just family, not just love. All of it is focusing very, very strongly on making sure all areas of your life get the treatment. And you're going to be noticing a lot of walls coming down. A lot of areas of your life are getting that Mars treatment, especially if they've become sleepy, they've become dull, they've become trapped. So be prepared if you have become accustomed to that in any kind of way. Even things that we don't like, if we time our watch to it enough, we sometimes just, it doesn't feel as yicky anymore. There's going to be that intense rousing of energy and activity to really shake things up and bust you out of a rut. We've got Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month. And this is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, self-employment earnings, investments, anything where you are making money outside of a salary or hourly income. So this, of course, means your own business, tips, commissions, sales, incentive programs. And with Mercury here, we are speeding up developments, right? We are seeing accelerated productivity and quick turnarounds where this is all getting stimulated to pay you out more. You may find that all of your supplemental income avenues or your personal business income avenues are starting to become crazy lucrative, and we have a chance to set that as a new normal. After the 11th, Mercury is in Aquarius, that 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, your reach, spiritual path and practice, and long-distance connections. And you are getting pulled out of your bubble. Mercury in the 9th house is all about getting you on the move, and projects that would do well to have more eyes and ears on them are going to get them. You're also going to find that with Mercury speeding things up, long-term arrangements, long-term agreements are sped up to their fruition, as successful as they could ever be. And we're also seeing those of you who have been looking to, as we saw with the sun, make a move, make a transfer, clean a slate for yourself, are going to get a chance to do that much more quickly than you could have estimated for yourself. We've got Venus in Pisces through the 20th of the month. This is that 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, station, promotions, and all of that good stuff. And with Venus in the 10th house, the planet of love, favors, affection, and gifts, you're going to be finding that making money this month, or attracting the job or the work opportunity or the role or the customers that you want, is so much easier, and you're really not having to do as much work to actually get that good. We have, after the 20th of the month, Venus in Aries, which is your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And Venus starts to turn on more of the love focus during this period. Venus in your 11th house is bringing in a lot more social stimulation to bring more of a spark, more adventure into your love life. If you are coupled, this is you and your partner bringing in more close connections for a stronger community, a stronger support system for the relationship, right? Bringing in a lot more inspiration, a lot more creativity. And for those of you who are single or available to new people, this is going to be a time where it is through your friendships that a new love opportunity could finally start to get realized, whether this is a hookup that you are having because a friend is, playing matchmaker, or this could be somebody through, that you meet through your friendship circle, a member of your friendship circle, or a community that you're a part of. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th of the month, that 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, stations, and promotions. And a new moon is all about seed planting, new beginnings, as well as long-term commitments. And in the 2 weeks following the 20th of the month, there's going to be a new role, a new position, a new job, or maybe some kind of new business opportunity that is going to be put on the table, that is going to really elevate you in terms of your status and station. For some of you, this will be internal with where you already work. For some people, it'll be external, or perhaps it may even be an opportunity for a business you're trying to get off the ground to finally do so. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month is all about moving away from the unending, or moving away from the undying. This is all about getting out of stuck conditions where, a lot of situations have maybe hit the wall, circumstances that are not growing or evolving or changing in any kind of positive way. And, also stopping vicious cycles from repeating. February says, hell no. We're going on, and just rolling over it with a hell of a lot of new. And a lot of this has to do with the sun in Aquarius this month through the third week of the month in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and intimacy. This also rules investments, self-employment earnings, any kind of money that you're making outside of your salary or hourly income. When we have the sun bringing attention, enhancement, support, and growth here, you're going to be noticing that money is coming to you from just everywhere. Things are so much more comfortable, and you are finding that all of your income streams, especially your supplemental or personal income streams outside of your job, are starting to enable you to start committing to some big breaks that you can now afford, you can now invest in, you can now make work for you. This is also a great time for anybody who may be trying to not only get out of a financial or professional rut, but also enjoy the spoils of some big news coming from business partners or romantic partners or spouses, right? Partner income, shared income is also going to be on the rise. After the 20th of the month, we've got the sun entering Pisces for the duration of February and going on into March. And the sun in your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, your spiritual path and practice, your reach, your influence, all of that good stuff is helping to get you out of a bubble, right? We're getting out of containment this month. With the sun in this part of your chart, there's going to be a big focus on transforming a lot of existing arrangements, commitments, agreements, whether they are legal, whether they're personal, whether they're professional, and having everything start to work a lot more favorably for you, especially when it comes to situations where you are looking to travel or transfer or move or promote yourself or promote something that you care about. You're getting a 15 minutes of fame kind of moment. All eyes are on you, making you a bigger influence and authority figure as well in all of these spaces. We have a full moon in Leo on February 5th, which is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And this is taking place in your 2nd house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables. And in the 2-week window period following the 5th, you are getting a chance to shift lanes when it comes to maybe a professional track that you have been on or a financial road that you have been on. If you are looking for a new job, this is going to be the window period where the right job is going to show up. If you're not looking for a new job, but you're maybe looking to close the books on some old financial matters, or you are looking to maybe change positions or make some kind of lateral migration to a better environment, professionally speaking, this is also going to be very helpful for you. And you're also going to find with the full moon in the 5th house, some kind of thorn in your side or problematic influence when it comes to a financial or professional matter is going to be disappearing. We've got Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your 12th house of your past, privacy, and hidden zone. Anything relating to old business and things going on behind the scenes. And Mars is all about high energy, block busting, and an intense rousing of activity. And in your 12th house, Mars has secret helpers working for you that are, well, doing their work behind the scenes, helping to break things down that need to be broken down, overcoming obstacles, breaking up any kind of obstructive influences in your world. And sometimes we'll know who they are, we'll know who's doing it, and sometimes we won't. This is also a predictive forecast, so you don't immediately go looking around to see if you can find it if you're watching this before February. Check and see, once we're done with February. We also have Mars helping you to eliminate a lot of old business as it relates to stuck conditions from the past. Either things that are attached to you that you've been having a hard time getting detached from, or things that you know you are attached to that you shouldn't be, that you will also be able to break away from. And we all go through it every once in a while, right? Mars travels through all the signs about every year and a half to 2 years, depending on the retrogrades. So this is just your time for that. We've got Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month. And this is your 7th house of partnerships, your closest one-on-one connections, your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one involvements with. And Mercury here is all about rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds. And so we are speeding up the growth in a lot of relationships, especially ones that are getting ready to become established in a new status, a new profile, or anything where we are looking to become more industrious, more ambitious, whether this has to do with the way we are working in a business partnership and we are starting to see a new profit, start to grow, or maybe we are in a romantic relationship and we are looking to speed up the accomplishment of a goal that we have for our relationship, our marriage, or our family. Or for those of you who are single or available, a lot of you will be also attracting people who want to accomplish such a goal. And the same thing applies to business partnerships. After the 11th of the month, we've got Mercury entering Aquarius, that 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, and self-employment earnings. And this is going to be a time where we are speeding up the maturation of a lot of investments that you have made in these areas of your life, and therefore speeding up in the second half of the month the rate with which you are accumulating wealth from all of these income avenues. We have Venus in Pisces through the 20th of the month. This is that 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, and your reach and your influence and all of that good stuff. And with Venus, the planet of love, favors, popularity, and affection for the first 3 weeks of the month here, my goodness, a lot of you are going to find that 15 minutes of fame feeling we talked about with the sun is amplified. This is the time to market yourself. Put yourself out there. This is the time to be asking for favors, making appeals, and adjustments to existing contracts and agreements so that they are more favorable for you, or that you could even just get out of them if you want to. This is also a time where love and romance becomes a lot more exotic, a lot more wild, and a lot more explorative. And you may be finding that romantic partners and spouses are becoming a lot more courageous and a lot more bold and a lot more experimental in this way. And you may find that if you are single or available to new people, you're going to be meeting somebody where there is a bit of a foreignness to them as it relates to, maybe a type that you are accustomed to in your area. This will be a type that you are compatible with, but it's just not one of the maybe 3 types that you have been working with lately. After the 20th of the month, Venus moves on into Aries, your 10th house of career, upward mobility, your status, your station, and promotions. And this is going to be a time where you are getting gifted hand over fist opportunities to give yourself a raise, to give yourself a promotion, to step into an upper echelon in your field, in your industry, or at the office. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th of the month. And this is opening up a 2-week window period for seed planting, new beginnings, and long-term commitments. And this is in that 9th house that we talked about, right? Getting you out of your bubble. And with the 2-week window period between the 20th of February and the, week 1 of March, a lot of you are going to be getting an opportunity to establish a very important new long-distance ally. This could be for business. This could be for your spiritual path and practice. This could be expanding your social circle. And this is also an opportunity for a lot of you to establish a new home away from home, a new home base, something that is going to help your home life, your professional life, and your social life flourish. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. February's big theme is moving away from the unending, getting away from things that have been stuck conditions. They've hit the wall, they're not growing, they come as far as they're going to go, and, instead of repeating a cycle, February is basically coming in and saying, no, we're just going to roll over it with something else. And a lot of this has to do with the sun in Aquarius for the first 3 weeks of the month for you. This is your 7th house of partnerships, your closest one-on-one connection. So this is your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one involvements with. And with the sun focusing on attention, enhancement, and support and growth here, you're going to find that, a lot of your closest one-on-one connections are advancing, and they are starting to transform into much more active, much more supportive, much more engaged, and lucrative for business opportunities anyway, alliances that you have. And a lot of you are going to find that your closest one-on-one connections are helping you to move away from something that you have maybe been going in circles with. This is also a time where you're attracting a great deal of new close friendships, new close alliances. Romantic relationships are becoming a lot more playful, getting back to some of that wholesome simplicity, and really bonding as our inner child is concerned, right? Bringing in more of that sweetness, bringing more longevity and security into our relationships by bringing in more of the fun, right? Because it's that friendship that really makes the relationship go. And we also have, for those of you who are single or available, opportunities abound to also pull in people for such an experience as well. We have a full moon in your sign taking place on the 5th of the month, which is all about culminations, transitions, endings, and anything where you are ready to turn a page. When we have a full moon in our sign, it's our once a year birthday full moon, or half birthday full moon, I should say. What is it you want to clear? What is it you want to let go of? What is it you want to end or walk away from in the 2-week window period following the 5th of the month? This is the time where if you want to change jobs, if you want to maybe walk away from an unhealthy or toxic connection in your life, if you want to break a bad habit, if you want to move, whatever it is you are looking to end that you have been engaged with or holding up or stuck in, right? It's all about moving away from the unending this month. This is your month to make it so. We have Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your 11th house of friendships and social networking. So your platonic support system, the guys, the girls, your fellows. And with Mars here bringing in that high energy, blockbusting, and an intense rousing of activity, you're going to be noticing a lot of your friends, a lot of your allies going out of their way for you this month, especially when it comes to migrating you away from conditions that would be considered unhealthy or stuck and into ones that are vastly superior. This is also a time where with Mars, there's going to be a breaking down of a lot of walls, a lot of blocks to having the friendships and having the community that you desire. Mars, as you've heard me say before, because Mars has been in Gemini for a good while now, Mars in the 11th house does not tolerate plastic or fake or superficial friendships, so you may be noticing those rats getting flushed out during this period, but the true blue, the ones that know who they are, can actually bring something to the table for you. Their stock is rising, and they are going to be working real hard for you. We have Mercury in Capricorn for the first 11 days of the month. This is your 6th house of work, your reputation, your schedule, anything to do with the clients and customers that you serve and the services that you offer to the world. We have rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds here where you are making more money a lot more quickly than is usually slated for your work life or for your business, which is of course wonderful. But we're also seeing Mercury transform the social conditions around the office. You are getting a chance to work with people that have higher standards, working with the highly capable kids, working in a space where people are a lot more committed to excellence. And this could come with with its fair share of positive lateral moves, getting a chance to connect with a maybe better business as far as customers and clients are concerned, and also speeding up your growth from one station or one position in your job to another. After the 11th, Mercury is in Aquarius, that 11th house of friendships and social networking. I'm sorry, not 11th house. I said 11 too many times. Keep talking about the 11th. After the 11th, Mercury is in Aquarius, your 7th house of partnerships, your closest one-on-one connections. That's your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all of your, again, closest one-on-one connections. And Mercury is speeding up growth, speeding up the maturation of all of your closest one-on-one connections. And so, business partnerships that are fledgling are becoming more tight, stronger, more reliable, more loyal, more involved. The same thing applies to romantic relationships. And we're speeding up the accomplishments of a lot of goals that you have set out to achieve with a partner, be it a romantic partner, a spouse, or a business partner. This is also a time where relationships become a lot more enterprising and ambitious, and so you may be finding that you are moving on up in the world with that special someone or with a very important ally. We've got Venus in Pisces through the 20th of the month. This is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy, your self-employment earnings, and any kind of money that you are making outside of a salary or hourly income. So commissions, tips, sales, incentive programs, bonuses, again, your own business, your own self-employment earnings, all of that good stuff. And with Venus in the 8th house, we are seeing that what we have going on in these areas is becoming a lot more lucrative as well. You may find that there are times this month where your side income or your personal business or maybe even your supplemental income is starting to rival your base in a lot of different ways. And you are going to find also Venus in the 8th house is bringing a lot more of an amorous and spicy mood to your romantic relationships. People are becoming a lot more affectionate and maybe even a lot more bold when it comes to expressions of vulnerability and commitment. After the 20th of the month, we've got Venus in Aries, which is your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, culture, your spiritual path and practice, as well as your reach and your influence. And with Venus in the 9th house, this is a time where love and romance becomes a lot more exotic, a lot more adventurous, right? Taking the courage of that vulnerability from the 8th house and now making it a bit more extroverted. And things are very spicy for those of you who are coupled because you and your partner are becoming a lot more explorative, right? We're getting out of our rut. We're getting out of, our comfort zones and finding new ways to bond and bring more novelty into our love life, going on adventures, traveling, meeting new people. We've got those of you who are single are available to new people, meeting people that are compatible with you. They are your type, but it may not be a type that you have spent a lot of time exploring your options with. Because with Venus in the 9th house, we have a certain foreignness, a certain exoticness, right, that always comes forward. Finally, to wrap up, we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th of the month, and this is in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, and any kind of money you're making outside of a salary or hourly income. And a new moon is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and long-term commitments. And there is a new income avenue getting spawned in the 2-week window period following the 20th. This could be something that you create yourself, something that is gifted to you, something that sprouts up out of the ground, or possibly even something that comes from a partner, be it a business partner or a romantic partner. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month, February, is all about moving away from the unending, getting away from things that are stuck conditions, traps, ensnarements, vicious cycles that run the risk of just repeating themselves, or situations that have hit the wall, aren't growing, won't grow, can go no further. And instead of having it all start up again, February is saying, hell no, we're going to roll over it and move everyone forward. A lot of this for you is taking place with the sun in Aquarius, your sixth house of work, your reputation, your schedule, anything that has to do with the services you're offering to the world and the people you're serving and the people you're serving with. And with the sun bringing attention, enhancement, support, and growth through the 19th, you are going to find that what you are putting out there, what you are bringing to your office, what you're bringing to the world, your customers, your clients, whatever you are producing is becoming very well known. This is a time of appreciation, getting more value for what we put out there. You're making more money. But you're also finding that your service, your business, your industry, or what you bring to the table is also in high demand. And therefore, because you are the supplier, you are also getting a lot more money for that demand. You may be, rising above competitors. You may be coming into a space of fame. You may be coming into a space where the word about you is spreading. So be ready to take full advantage of this. We've got the sun moving on into Pisces on the 20th of the month. This is your seventh house of partnerships, your closest one-on-one connections. This is your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one connections to. And when we have the sun in the seventh house, it's a time of bringing in new love and new bonding opportunities with all of our closest one-on-one connections. We are finding that we are tighter with our best friends, tighter with our business partners, and of course, much tighter when it comes to our romantic partnerships. And maybe if you have a cat who thinks that she is, the queen of the house, maybe her too. This is also going to be a time where we are bringing in a lot more fun, a lot more lightness and levity, clearing away the shadows that have either blocked or haunted an important partnership in your life. And we're bringing in a lot more of that wholesome simplicity, that fun, that adventure, right? Setting new glue for bonding, because it is the bonding in those friendships and in that recreation and in that enjoyment of time spent together that all of these relationships last the test of time. And this will also be something that goes on into March. We've got a full moon in Leo on February 5th. This is that 12th house of the past, privacy, hidden zone, anything to do with old business or old unfinished business, your personal history, your family history. And it's all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And a full moon in the 12th is opening up a 2-week window period where a lot of old stories from the past are getting purged and eliminated from your life. Sometimes things you're happy to see go, and some things you're not over, but you should be over. And I'm saying this to myself as well as a Virgo. And so I always call this the breakdown, breakthrough, full moon, but it is in the highest interest of all concerned, so let's all lean in. We've got Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your 10th house of career, upward mobility, status, station, promotions, anything to do with your own rise through the ranks in your professional world. And with Mars bringing high energy, blockbusting, and an intense rousing of activity here, you are getting a chance to be large and in charge. You are toppling some kind of limitation, containment, or bind that has kept you stuck in maybe a position, an income profile, or maybe blocking awareness of you if you've been feeling obscured, like you're not getting noticed, or the work you're doing isn't getting acknowledged the right way, or you're attracting all the wrong people, the wrong collaborators, the wrong customers, whatever, it doesn't matter. Mars is saying, okay, we're going to fix all that. We're so sorry. Mars here is also going to be making more money for you very, very quickly. But as I always say with Mars in an income area, houses 2, 10, or 6, in this case for you 10, be prepared. It's going to be an overtime heavy month as well. We've got Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month. This is your 5th house of romance, as well as recreation, creativity, and your relationships with your kids, parenthood. And with Mercury in the 5th house, this is all about rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds. And with Mercury in the 11th house, we are getting a chance to establish a new way to communicate with collaborators in the creative or recreational area, our kids, as well as partners or partner potentials, so that we are connecting on a more intellectual, level that is much more fluent, free-flowing, and comfortable for each of us. And we are also getting into a space where these connections are starting to bond over new creative hobbies, becoming more productive in that way. And you're also going to find that we're speeding up the maturation of a lot of these relationships, becoming closer friends with our kids, starting to develop stronger alliances with collaborators, as well as also speeding up growth in romance, especially where maybe situations or projects or connections were becoming sluggish or got slowed down in recent history. The first 11 days of this month is all about making up for lost time there. We've got Mercury in Aquarius from the 11th onward, and this is your 6th house of work, your reputation, your schedule, services you offer to the world, and who you serve with. And with Mercury here, more speed ups of awareness of you and what you do are on the way, especially because of that Mars in the 10th and with the Sun here as well at that time, especially between the 11th and 19th of the month. You are going to be finding that you are making money all the faster, and it's going to be a lot easier than normal for you. And any kind of professional or financial transitions you've been looking to make that maybe you slated for later on in the year, you can speed up. We've got Venus in Pisces, that 7th house of closest one-on-one connections and romantic partnerships and business partnerships and closest friendships through the 20th of the month. And with Venus here, bringing that love, favor, popularity, affection, and gifts, new commitments are getting cemented. Testaments of devotion, testaments of loyalty are also going to be extremely generous. You're going to be finding that, you and your closest one-on-one connections are stronger than ever. And there may even be some kind of development where we are setting a commitment in stone where it was a bit loosey-goosey or up in the air before. This is happening in your professional life. This is happening in your personal life. And so all Virgos are getting this blessing. After the 20th of the month, we've got Venus moving on into Aries, your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and your self-employment earnings, any money you're making outside of a salary or hourly income. And you're going to be noticing all your income avenues that are not a part of your salary or hourly income are starting to generate a great deal of liquidity. You are feeling quite flush by the end of this month when it comes to cash. But also with Venus in the 8th house, things are becoming a lot more sensual and a lot more erotically satisfying in love, because with Venus in the 8th house, people are becoming a lot more bold, a lot more vulnerable, and a lot more free with who they are, especially when it comes to aspects of themselves that they normally keep very protected or under wraps. We finally have a new moon in this part of your chart as well. Not this part, excuse me. In your 7th house of partnerships, Pisces, on the 20th, opening up a 2-week window period between the 20th of February and about week 1 of March, and new moons being all about seed planting, new beginnings, long-term commitments. A lot of you are getting a chance to finally crystallize and establish a long-term partnership or long-term arrangement for the benefit of all. Now, this can be a time where, some of you may be becoming official with somebody, romantically speaking. Some of you may be planning on getting engaged, or setting a date for an important wedding or some kind of important commitment ceremony later on in the year during this period. Some of you may find that in the professional world, an important contract or alliance with an ally or a comrade that's basically going to become one of the family is also getting set up, and you're both making yourselves and each other very, very rich for it. And you're also drawing in your best friends and new best friend opportunities during this period. So be prepared. You're going to need to be out there, and you're going to need to be engaged. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course engagement helps this channel out a lot. February's big theme for everyone is moving away from the unending, getting away from things that hit the wall. They're not growing, they're not evolving, they're just stuck, maybe even going backwards. And, a lot of this is also going to stop vicious cycles or repetitive patterns from repeating themselves. And for you, a lot of this is due largely in part to the sun in Aquarius, your fifth house of romance, recreation, creativity, parenthood, and your relationships with your kids. The sun here, up until about the 19th, 20th of the month, is bringing that focus on attention, enhancement, support, and growth to help you to expand your horizons, especially when it comes to expanding the horizons of a relationship, bringing in more fun, bringing in more play, as well as clearing out and eliminating a lot of shadows, tethers, attachments, and just old shit that does not need to be in the present or the future for your relationships. This can also be a beautiful time for those of you looking for new love, because we're bringing in people that are going to be resonating with who you are at your core. And for those of you who are in relationships or are seeing somebody, that core connection is going to be strengthened. It's going to be further established. This is also going to be a similar experience with your kids, as well as also giving you openings for more creative pursuits and even opportunities to turn them into something profitable. After the 20th, we've got the sun, in Pisces, which is your sixth house of your work, your reputation, anything to do with your schedule, the teams that you're on, the services you offer, and the people that you serve. And with the sun in the sixth house, what you are putting out into the world is now getting a lot more value. The demand is a lot higher for what you do and what you bring to the table. And wherever that is, we also see a great deal more reward and compensation. And you may also be noticing some powerful atmospheric and environmental shifts going on around your workspace or your industry, changing the very landscape, the laws of the land, to be much more accommodating to you and your own ambitions. We have a full moon in Leo on the 5th of the month. This is your 11th house of friendships and social networking, the guys, the girls, community, your fellows. And with a full moon, we're looking at culminations, transitions, and endings happening here. And in the 2-week window period following the 5th of the month, a lot of you Libra people may be doing some social pruning. And this can sometimes indicate, well, going no contact with somebody in this part of your life. Now, more often than not, this isn't a surprise. This is usually somebody who is an acquaintance, a contact, or maybe not a very good friend who's already been kind of digging their own grave with you. He might have, kind of just screwed you over for the last time, or she was already hanging by a thread and then she had to push it too far. And sometimes we have to go through these social prunes. And, between the 5th and the 19th of the month, that might be your experience. We have Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, your spiritual path and practice, your reach, your influence. And with Mars bringing that focus on high energy, block busting, and an intense rousing of activity, you're going to be finding that some kind of level cap to your growth, or maybe containing condition, contract, agreement, commitment, or maybe even law of the land that has been prevalent in your industry or in your space is getting challenged and broken down. This can be a time where a lot of you Libra people are finally getting a chance to make it big, either at work or in your social life or with a creative project, because a hampering or challenging, or let's just say obstructive condition that has been a norm for you is getting challenged and eliminated by Mars. We have Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month. This is your 4th house of home, family, the domicile, your roots. And with Mercury here through the 11th, a lot of you are getting to feel these rapid developments and accelerated productivity and quick turnarounds as it relates to big projects relating to either home economy, real estate, or maybe even family matters. With Mercury here, there is going to be a quick cleanup operation going on, especially if there are some old issues or old challenges that have just kind of been very sluggish in getting fixed. You may be noticing faster money coming into the family, coming into the household, whether it's through yourself, family members, your investments, a home-based business operation, or a partner, and everyone is just feeling a lot more comfortable for it. We have Mercury entering Aquarius on the 11th, going on into that 5th house of romance and recreation, creativity, and relationships with your kids. And this is going to be a time where a new form of communication, a stronger intellectual rapport, and friendship is going to be getting cemented with a special someone, one of your kids, or a collaborator or creative partner. You're also going to find that we are speeding up developments in all of these relationships, helping them to mature, helping them to get stronger. And you may find that a creative project you'd like to monetize will also have its opportunity, and it will be coming quite quickly. And that will also be an influence in the beginning of March as well. We have Venus in Pisces all the way up through the 20th of the month. This is that 6th house of work, reputation, schedule, the services you offer, and the people that you serve. And with Venus in your 6th house, this is going to be a time where a great deal of you Libra people are going to be enjoying the gifts of the planet of love, favors, popularity, and affection. A lot of lifts are happening for you. People are pulling off miracles for you. Bosses, maybe new job opportunities showing up, being handed off, important referrals, monetizable, favors that people are doing for you, profitable gifts, or maybe just the gift of money in general. You're also going to be getting the better business experience. And so you're going to be finding out that you're drawing in a lot more customers and assignments and clients that you really enjoy working with. After the 20th of the month, we've got Venus going on into Aries, your 7th house of partnerships, the closest one-on-one connections that you have. So that's your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate. And with Venus, all about love. Yes, this is definitely going to be a time where all relationships are becoming a lot more affectionate and a lot more upfront, with testaments and demonstrations of loyalty, devotion, and affection. Venus, of course, is bringing in a lot more of a romantic mood, especially for those of you who are committed partners. However, for those of you who are single or available to new people, you're going to be drawing closer the people that want the same relationship stylings that you do, which is really important to remember. We don't all want the same kind of relationship. And for those of you who are maybe seeing somebody, this could be a time as well where things start to get a bit more serious and we work our way up to being more official and established. Finally, we have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th as well, and that is falling in your 6th house of work, your reputation, your schedule, and anything to do with the people you serve, the services you offer, and the people you serve with. And a new moon in the 6th house is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and new long-term commitments. And a lot of you will be getting a chance to score a promising new role, a promising new job, possibly even find out about some kind of development or expansion in your business, with your employer, or in your industry that is helping you take on a new cutting-edge opportunity that is a new development for that whole world, that is going to be where the action is and where a great deal of new money is going to be flowing to you from. And again, that's going to be a 2-week window period, so from the 20th of February up through about week 1 of March. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month is all about moving away from the unending, getting out of stuck conditions, moving away from things that have hit the wall, things that just are not growing, they're not evolving, they're going in circles, and we're just kind of saying goodbye to all of it. And any kind of vicious cycles or repetitive patterns that are trying to start back up, all of the planets are kind of just rolling over and pretending it doesn't exist, as it just plows on by. So, we're all in for a big page turn. A lot of this is largely due in part to the sun in Aquarius, which for you is your fourth house of home, family, the domicile, and home economy. And the sun bringing attention, enhancement, support, and growth here through the 19th of the month is making some huge waves in the best of ways possible. You're going to be finding that with the sun in the fourth house, there's going to be this big focus on clearing away old shadows, old business, things that may have been locking up growth or happiness, or maybe even the opportunity to expand the luxuries or the abundance of your home. A lot of you are going to also be clearing away and dissolving any kind of old shadows or the causes of old shadows as it relates to family ties, family business, old family matters, even things possibly going back to childhood. And this is also a time where we're creating stronger relationships with everyone in our life and pulling friends, partners, everybody into our family, really establishing that true sense of family. After the 20th, we've got the sun in Pisces, your fifth house of romance, creativity, your relationships with your kids, recreation, parenthood, all of that. With the sun here, there is a big push towards bringing in a new sense of aliveness to this part of your chart, bringing in more fun, recreation, levity. Yes, of course, clearing away old shadows and old attachments as well, because that's what the sun likes to do, but also bring in opportunities to delve into deeper friendships with our partners, new partner potentials, our kids, and collaborators. This is also a time where everyone's going to be connecting on more of that inner child level. So again, that feeling of aliveness is going to be really strong. We've got a full moon in Leo on the 5th of the month. I don't know why I said, I know why I said 10th, because it's going to be in your 10th house. We got a full moon in your 10th house, Leo, on the 5th of the month, which is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And this full moon is opening up a 2-week window period for all of you Scorpio people to make a huge graduation moment when it comes to your earning power, your status, your station, promotions, upward mobility, and this can happen in a number of different ways. Some of you may be just getting graduated. This might be something that is happening in your industry or in your office. You may be finding out about an opening and you are being asked to fill it. You may be offered a new job. Some of you may find that it is a rival stepping out of the business, stepping out of the industry, or out of the playing field. But what's happening here is this transition that comes from the full moon is also allowing you to make a major career shift into something that is a much more comfortable, more ambitious, and competitive lane. We have Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, self-employment earnings, intimacy, and any kind of money that you make outside of a salary or hourly income. So this includes investments, commissions, sales, tips, bonuses, incentive programs. And with Mars in this part of your chart, there is this big focus on widening all of these income avenues, making them a lot more high maintenance, but a lot more profitable as well. With Mars in the 8th house, you're going to be finding that this is also a time for eliminating a lot of old financial burdens, debts, entanglements, or problems that may have followed you into this month. And you're also going to find on a relationship level, things are getting very wild. That is because Mars tends to make everyone a lot more uninhibited, a lot more courageous, and take down all of their walls. And so romantic partnerships and romantic partnerships to be and new partner potentials are all going to be very much in that mood. And I'm guessing a lot of you will be as well, because it will be a time of letting yourself cut loose. We've got Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month. This is your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as your peer group and helpful third parties. With a Mercury transit of the 3rd house, there is this opportunity to speed up, finalize, clear, and fulfill a lot of old obligations and commitments to clean your slate. You may be finding that a lot of promises made to you are getting fulfilled during this time, and we are also getting a chance to move away from a lot of stuck conditions that were perhaps stuck because of a lot of commitments and contracts or the people or the organizations we had them with. This is also going to be speeding up the development of a lot of projects that you have, whether it's for marketing, for publishing, collaborations, your own business. Rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds are on the menu here. After the 11th, we've got Mercury in Aquarius for the rest of the month. And this is that fourth house of home and family. And this is all about speeding up growth or speeding up maturation. When we're talking about Mercury in the fourth house, this is about completing a lot of family stories, just like we saw with the sun there, but we're also speeding up the growth or progress that we may be trying to make with a home or family ambition, something that we want to do for our marriage, something we want to do for our kids, or maybe something that we want to do for a home-based business operation. Things are going to be quite comfortable at home as well financially, because you may be finding out that money is coming into the home faster for you, whether it's you, your partner, family money, or again, something that is rooted in the home financially that is starting to pay off very, very sweetly. We have Venus in Pisces all the way up through the 20th of the month. This is your fifth house of romance, recreation, creativity, relationships with your kids. And Venus is all about bringing the love in, and with love, favors, popularity, affection, and gifts being so strong here, a lot of you are going to find that if you are single or available to new people, that the object of your affection or maybe new people are all going to be a lot more engaged and a lot more forthright with their affections. People that you are already connected to, partners, spouses, but also, again, collaborators, close friends, or even your kids are going to be a lot more affectionate, a lot more generous, as well as a lot more forthcoming with demonstrations of love, devotion, and loyalty as well. So make sure you know how to respond in kind, but also allow yourselves to enjoy a bit of a honeymoon period this month. The first 3 weeks is basically a big honeymoon zone for the Scorpios. After the 20th, we've got Venus moving on into Aries, which is your sixth house of work, your reputation, your schedule, the services that you offer, and the people that you serve with, and the people that you serve. And with Venus in the sixth house, you're going to be finding that love, favors, popularity, and affection are going to be showered upon you through work. Whether it's to your customers, your clients, your coworkers, people hooking you up, bosses doing big favors, highly influential people starting to make big moves on your behalf, known and unknown. It's important to take advantage of what is coming your way. Do not look gift horses in the mouth, especially in the last 10 days of this month and going on into March, because there is going to be a beautiful, beautiful turnaround here, and you may be finding that you're able to make a lot more money without having to put in a lot more work. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces in that fifth house of romance, relationships, recreation, creativity, and your relationships with your kids. And this is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and new long-term commitments. And this spells the generation of a new story in a relationship, right? If we are in a committed relationship, if we're going to last the test of time, we're going to have more than one type of relationship with our partner, right? Because hopefully they're growing and hopefully you're growing. And it looks like a new relationship era is getting started during this period. A new relationship may actually be getting started as well for those of you who are seeing somebody but haven't made something official yet. And new people, again, are going to be quite quick to populate your social life for those of you who are single and available. But we're also seeing this new beginning in terms of being able to try on a different kind of relationship, whether it's with somebody new or with a partner that you have. And a new kind of relationship that actually does speak to who you are on the inside versus maybe what you've been expected to carry on, from conditioning that you or your partner to be was maybe trying to work with on the outside. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. February is all about moving away from the unending. And so we are seeing this push to get away from stuck conditions, things that have hit the wall. They're not growing, they're only stuck in repetitive patterns. And this whole month, as far as where all the planets are going, we're seeing this just getting rolled over and without any kind of opportunity for recall in most cases. And a lot of this is due in part to the sun in Aquarius, which for you is in your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as your peer group and helpful third parties. And with the sun bringing attention, enhancement, support, and growth to this part of your chart, this is going to be a time where people are getting more involved in spaces where you've been handling things on your own. Helpful third parties and your peer group mean you are going to be engaging with people that will help deliver you to where you want to go, hook you up with who you need to talk to, as well as help you speed up developments with things in your life that have become sluggish themselves. Maybe it's taking too long, maybe we're taking too long, maybe there's something going on where there's an opportunity to make something more profitable, more substantial, more secure. Allow the helping hands that are coming to you this week to make it so. This week, this month, all the way up through the 20th. After the 20th, we've got the sun entering Pisces, your fourth house of home, family, the domicile, and of course, anything to do with your home economy. With the sun in the fourth house, this is going to be a time where a lot of transformative work is getting done with not only where you live and how you live, but who you live with, as well as your relatives. The sun is all about purifying and clearing away old shadows, old business, old negative circumstances that may have followed your family or followed you for some time. And sometimes this can go back all the way to childhood or, an old living situation. The sun here is also going to be bringing that attention, enhancement, support, and growth in the form of finding ways to create stronger bonds with family members that we do already have that good connection with, and even sprucing up our home economy. And this is also something that's going on in March. We have a full moon in Leo on February 5th. This is your ninth house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, anything to do with your reach, your spiritual path and practice, influence, expansion. And a full moon here is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And now it's time to see where something could be bigger. A full moon in the fifth house is all about the elimination of some kind of standard, protocol, rule, agreement, or maybe affiliation that has been tying us down, bunching us up, an anchor, a rock that weighs us down, and, not a good rock, but a bad rock. And this could be something that blows open the roof on some kind of operation, professional plan, or academic or financial ambition that you have. A lot of you Sagittarius people are going to find the world is opening up to you at this time, giving you a chance to get out of your bubble, especially if you've been looking to make any kind of big moves or transfers as we go into the next few months. This full moon is getting everything out of your way. Think of it as a big road opener moon or a blockbuster moon. We have Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your seventh house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. So that's your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one involvements with. And Mars is bringing in that high energy, blockbusting, and an intense rousing of activity here to help make these connections the best they can be. Now, Mars in the seventh house can create conflicts every once in a while, but they are constructive conflicts, especially when it comes to knocking down walls to trust, to intimacy, to closeness, or in the case of maybe platonic affiliations or business partnerships, knocking down walls that may be blocking growth or blocking us from becoming a more enterprising or ambitious partnership. This is also a time where a lot of problems or challenges that we have faced as a team, as a couple, as an alliance, as a partnership, are also going to be getting beaten back, especially if they have been kind of coming at us from all sides. And for those of you maybe looking for relationships or romance, this is going to be a month where, yeah, every kind of block that you may have been contending with, that's been standing in the way of you having a healthy, lasting relationship, is coming up to be clobbered as well. We have Mercury in Capricorn all the way up through the 11th of the month. And this is all about rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds. And this is your second house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables. And this is speeding up developments in terms of finding new roads and new ways to hurry up the rate with which you are acquiring wealth. Important transactions, important interviews, new job opportunities, and new money, they're all going to be coming to you so much faster in the first 11 days of this month. And you want to make sure that you are present to be able to capitalize on it, because Mercury in the 11th house is all about, again, accelerated productivity, which means accelerated pay. We also have Mercury working hard on speeding up a departure that you will be making from some kind of stuck condition as it relates to a financial or professional matter that you've been sort of battling with for some time. After the 11th, we have Mercury moving on into Aquarius, your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as those helpful third parties in your peer group. And this is a time where anything that you would like to speed up to a fruition will be allowed to be sped up. Whether it's a contract, maybe it's a promise getting fulfilled to you. Maybe you want to complete something, get it all wrapped up and ready to go on to its new phase. This is going to be a time where you are getting a chance to do that, especially if there are matters in your life where other people or you yourself have maybe been taking it a bit too lax, taking it a bit too slowly. Mercury here is speeding up communication so we can make more rapid developments happen here in the best of ways possible. This is also a time where you may be finding that other people in your life are speeding up developments when it comes to collaborative opportunities or collaborative commitments that you have, where you are going to need to be ready to match that pace, because there's going to be some really good news that requires us to adjust a lot of our availability to certain collaborations that we may be working with. And this also includes things like publishing, marketing, broadcasting, anything that you're doing to put yourself out there and become a bigger name in your world. We have Venus in Pisces all the way up through the 20th of the month. This is your fourth house of home and family, home economy, your roots, the domicile. And with Venus in this part of your chart for the first 3 weeks or so of the month, bringing love, favors, popularity, affection, and gifts, a lot of you Sagittarius people are going to be getting a chance to start planting new roots. Now, some of you may be planting roots in love, right? Maybe it's time to start talking about merging with romantic partners, right? Whether it's getting ready to move in with each other later on in the year, or, blending family, blending friends. Some of you who have already done that may be finding that Venus is also going to be lifting up your partner in terms of their earning power, getting more established, but also Venus is bringing in a lot of new comfort, a lot of new luxuries into your home, supporting your family, and all in all bringing a great deal of new peace to the lifestyle that you live with your family, with yourself, in your home. This is also a time where a lot of you who may be curious about new love opportunities, you may be finding love closer to home, whether it's through somebody in the neighborhood or maybe a match being made by a family member. After the 20th, Venus moves on into Aries, which is your fifth house of romance, creativity, recreation, and your relationships with your kids. And you are beginning your honeymoon period of the year. With Venus in the fifth house, it's all about things becoming so much more demonstrative when it comes to devotion, romance, loyalty, affection. And so many of you Sagittarius people are going to find that, yes, partners-to-be are going to be more forthcoming with those gestures. We're going to be also diving into new love languages, things that are a lot more intimate, a lot more close, and a lot more satisfying than maybe what we've become too accustomed to in our relationships, kind of bringing in some fresh energy. This is also a time where we're getting a chance to delve in more deeply with a collaborator or maybe our creative community when it comes to a project or a passion or a craft that we have. And you are also going to be delving into closer relationships with your kids. And this is also going to be with you up through March. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces in your 4th house of home and family on the 20th, opening up a 2-week window period for seed planting, new beginnings, and long-term commitments. And a lot of you Sagittarius people may be getting ready to get on the move. A lot of you who've been house hunting, thinking about maybe, planting your flag in a new territory, that kind of thing. This is a beautiful new moon for you here. Some of you may be expanding on your family. This could be a great time for those of you looking to adopt a pet or maybe make some transformations to your home environment. Some of you may even decide it's time to conceive and get ready to have a child. This is all very well favored with the new moon in the 4th house. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month, February, is all about moving away from the unending, the things that hit the wall. They're done. They're not growing anymore. All they can do is go in circles. They're just repeating the same patterns over and over and over again. And even if they would try to start it up once more, all of the planets this month are just saying, hell no, we're just going to roll it over and keep going on. A lot of this for you is largely due in part to the sun in Aquarius, your 2nd house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables, which is going to be a chief influence through the first 3 weeks of the month. This is all about attention, enhancement, support, and growth. And a lot of you are finding that money is coming to you a lot more easily because what you are bringing to the table is getting you noticed by people who want to pay you more, right? Give you more value. This could be due to a lot of environmental and atmospheric shifts going on at the office, changes in how policies are getting, established or agreed upon or set in stone. A lot of you are also going to find that because what you're bringing to the table is more valuable in the eyes of others, that you are being incentivized to take up some kind of offer or opportunity to climb a few steps when it comes to your earning power. After the 20th, we've got the sun entering Pisces, your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, your peer group, as well as helpful third parties. And with the sun here, you're going to be finding that your friends and your allies are getting way more closely involved in your life than maybe they've been in recent history, or they've been allowed to be in recent history. People doing favors for you, people hooking you up, broadcasting your good name, and also helping you tackle and eliminate a lot of contracts, commitments, and things that have ultimately been keeping you in a bind, keeping you stuck to a certain situation or maybe a certain commitment that has been keeping you in that unending stuck condition. Well, the sun here says no more. We have a full moon in Leo taking place on the 5th of the month, which is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And this is going on in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy, your self-employment earnings, and any kind of money you're making outside of a salary or hourly income. So sales, commissions, tips, incentive programs, bonuses, things like that. A full moon in the 8th house is all about the elimination of some kind of financial drain or financial compromise that you, your partner, your household has been living with. This could be a debt, an obligation, or something that has been siphoning and draining away your finances, draining away your wealth. This is also a time where a lot of you are going to find that you are getting a chance to graduate an income avenue that you have or a financial idea or a business idea that you have to bring it into bloom, to allow it to start working for you. And this is also going to be a 2-week window period where a lot of you are going to be enjoying a very hot month. A full moon in the 8th house tends to get relationships and all things erotic turned up to a 10. We have Mars in Gemini all month long, and this is your 6th house of work, your reputation, your schedule, the services you offer, the people you serve, and the people that you serve with. And with Mars bringing in this focus on high energy, blockbusting, and an intense rousing of activity, you are going to find that you are rolling in it financially this month. However, as I always say with Mars in an income area, such as houses 2, 6, or 10, in this case for you 6, be prepared. Work's going to be a lot more demanding, and it's going to make it well worth your while to be able to keep up. Mars here is also going to be doing some blockbusting as it relates to getting into the roles or getting into the jobs that you would rather do than maybe what you've been doing so far. This can bring help, a champion to your cause, a good friend, an at-work ally, or perhaps even some help coming to you from outside of work that helps you get the job or the role that you want. And we're also going to be eliminating some kind of cap that you may or may not have known was there when it comes to your earning power or growth potential. Now, this may come with you needing to be ready to move on to a different job or move on to another part of your company or get ready to take on some new training for a new role, but it will be well worth it. We have Mercury in your sign all the way up through the 11th of the month. And with Mercury bringing rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds, you are getting this as the wildcard blessing of Mercury for the first week and a half or so of February. So what is it you would like to speed up in your life? What is it that you would like to hurry along that has been either standing still, frozen solid, or just taking too long to finally finish itself or reach where you want it to go? This is a time where you can turn this energy onto any area of your life, at whatever you want, all of them at once if you prefer. But you got to remember, because Mercury is in your sign, it is up to you to do the initiating. It's up to you to take responsibility and accountability for speeding things up, because people will be listening and people will be cooperating. After the 11th, we've got Mercury in Aquarius for the rest of the month. This is your 2nd house of earned income, employment, values, and valuables, and we're speeding up the rate with which you are accumulating wealth. And you may also find that this is speeding up important transactions, interviews, meetings, and growth opportunities as well. We have Venus in Pisces all the way up through the 20th of the month. This is that 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, helpful third parties in your peer group. And with Venus, the planet of love, favors, popularity, affection, and gifts, this is going to be a time where a lot of you Capricorn people are going to find that more hookups are coming to you through your friends and through your allies. Matchmaking opportunities are going to be a big theme of this month, whether it's professional matchmaking opportunities, creative matchmaking opportunities, or romantic matchmaking opportunities, because helpful third parties are going to be your gophers and go-betweens. After the 20th, we've got Venus moving on into Aries, your 4th house of home and family. And this is going to be all about taking that new growth and focusing it on your living situation, focusing it on how you or your family, your partners are carrying on. With Venus in the 4th house, this is about bringing in more comfort, bringing in more luxury, or moving on to a more comfortable, more satisfying, and supportive environment for you and yours. You may also find your home economy is getting a huge boost at this time, and you are also getting a chance to plant new roots with your important people, right? Getting the chance to finally have your friends closer to you, the ones you call family. Having a chance to plant roots with a romantic partner if it's time, starting to merge. It's a beautiful period. And also with Venus in the 4th house, an opportunity to establish stronger relationships or get closer with family members with whom you already have a very good connection, but perhaps there's been some distance. And this will also be a big influence of March, so it's not just for the last 10 days of this month. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th, right? The 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, and all that good stuff. And with a new moon here being all about seed planting, new beginnings, and long-term commitments, we're seeing a 2-week window period for a lot of you Capricorn people to start to broadcast or publish or make a new name for yourself. A new moon in the third house means a new name you are making for yourself in your community, how people see you, but not necessarily just your reputation, but more about how you are going to be able to contribute something to that world, what you're going to be known for giving to the world. This can also be a time with the new moon where, yes, a lot of you who are thinking about getting into publishing, putting yourself out there, going on social media are going to be, doing very well to at least take some baby steps there. A new helpful ally, guide, or protector is going to be showing up in your life. And you may also find that a new squad or a new team of known and unknown allies is going to be amassing about you. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. Quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course, engagement helps this channel out a lot. So what's going on when it comes to this month? February is all about moving away from the unending, the vicious cycles, the things that hit the wall. They're done. They're not going anywhere. They're not growing anymore. They've hit their limit. And, even if they were about to start back up a repeat pattern, all of the planets this month are just saying, no, hell no to that. We're just going to roll that over and keep going. And a lot of this for you is coming because you've got the sun in your sign, right? This is you, the sun in Aquarius, all about attention, enhancement, support, and growth coming to you from all spaces, right? Because whenever we have a celestial body in our sign, we are receiving the wildcard blessings of that influence or that celestial body, in this case, the sun. And you're going to be noticing that your whole world, environmentally, atmospherically, and socially, is going through what I would call a very positive upheaval. Things are turning upside down in a good way. The sun is bringing in enhancement and support in the form of contributions from friends and allies and well-wishers. We're also seeing a purging and elimination of a lot of, dysfunctional, toxic, or volatile influences in your life. And the cause and the core, so be prepared to, just help the universe push them out. But also at the same time, we see the sun bringing in important attention and recognition to you where you have been obscured, ignored, or overlooked. And this can help you out in all kinds of different spaces of your life. Socially, professionally, it does not matter. Be ready to take full advantage of this. After the 20th of the month, we have the sun in Pisces, which is your second house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables. And all of that attention, enhancement, support, and growth is going straight into your earning power. And you are starting to find that you are going to be quite flush, as we close up February and go on into March. You are getting a lot more compensation, a lot more value for what you bring to the office, what you bring to the industry. Now, it may be that what you do and who you are is in much higher demand, or you may also be finding that a lot of what the sun has been doing for you is helping you to collect on some advantages that you have been deprived. And how that applies to you, I'm not necessarily sure, but that's just what was coming through, because, I do psychic stuff with this too. I'm not just rattling off astrology. We have a full moon in Leo on February 5th, which is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And this is taking place in your 7th house of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. This is your boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one connections to. And in the 2-week period following the 5th, we are seeing a major life chapter, era, or story close and go away. Now, this could be the elimination of something that you have been living with regards to a relationship, a business partnership, a friendship that is not good for you or good for your partner. This could have been something that you have been both trying to tackle and overcome together. This could also be the end of a chapter in a relationship and the reevaluation of a relationship or a partnership's future. The good thing is that, well, not only do we always go through this all the time, But a full moon in the 7th house is going to be getting rid of something that has maybe been keeping us on a lower timeline, so to speak, than what we could each and all have romantically, professionally, socially. And so throughout the course of the middle of February, all things that would have kept us in that way or in that lane are going goodbye. We have Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your 5th house of romance, recreation, creativity, your relationships with your kids. And Mars is bringing in that high energy, blockbusting, and an intense rousing of activity. This is all about getting rid of that which is preventing you from having the relationships that you want to have, whether it's with romantic partners, whether it's, your relationships with your kids, a relationship with your craft, your art, what makes you you, what you bring to the table creatively, or maybe even having the collaborations and the support you would desire for your art and for your craft, even your own personal business, if you own a business of your own. Mars here is about getting rid of everything that could be seen as a liability and a compromise, whether it's present or whether it's old. This can be a huge month, especially when it comes to also making more courageous activity prevalent in relationships. Partners are becoming bolder and braver. You're becoming bolder and braver. Kids are becoming bolder and braver. And we're also seeing a lot of walls to closeness, to intimacy, to trust being torn down. And anything that was maybe keeping you from even starting a relationship on the foot that you want, or getting into a chance to meet somebody that is a good match for you, is also getting cleared away. We have Mars in Capricorn. Not Mars, excuse me. I was just looking at my notes. We have Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month, which is all about rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds. And this is your 12th house of your past, privacy, and hidden zone. Things that are going on behind the scenes. And a lot of shortcuts are going to be presenting to you during this time. Shortcuts to growth, shortcuts to money, shortcuts to maybe some kind of big move or transition that you would like to make later on in the year. Now, these could be secret opportunities, hot tips that are coming your way. This could also be help coming to you from your friends or your allies from behind the scenes without even having them let you know. And some of you may also find that this is a time of revival of some kind of old passion or interest or activity that really used to make you feel more at home with yourself and at home in the world, that maybe got suppressed or subjugated or displaced in recent history or less recent history. It's kind of like, all right, I'm going to pick up music again. I'm going to pick up drawing again. I'm going to pick up this again. Or maybe even an old business idea. Mercury in the 12th house is a beautiful place to have Mercury. We have Mercury entering your sign on the 11th of the month, where he's going to be for the rest of the month. And this is going to be a time where the wildcard blessing of Mercury is working hard for you to speed up developments anywhere in your life that you want. All right, so we had the turning upside down in a good way with the sun there, and now Mercury is going to be saying, hey, what's become sluggish? What's slowed down? What has been taking its sweet-ass time and it shouldn't? Where is it that we can speed things up? And again, this can affect all areas of your life at once or areas that you choose. You want to do it in work, you want to do it with your health, you want to do it with a move, you want to do it in love, you want to do it with travel. It does not matter. Mercury in your sign from the 11th through the end of the month and on into the beginning of March says, you get to speed up and, hurry along to a successful and safe fruition, whatever you want. We have Venus in Pisces through the 20th of the month. This is that second house of earned income, your values, your valuables, and anything to do with your employment situation. With Venus here bringing love, favors, popularity, affection, and gifts, you're going to be finding that the world that you work in is going through a big update and upgrade. And this is also going to be making it easier for you to make more money, whether this is because things are transforming at the office or in your industry in such a way where it's just sort of, compulsory to give everyone a raise. Here you go, Aquarius. Or this is something that is finally coming around because, people that matter have really taken a shine to you. And there may even be some special gifts of opportunities that are not for everybody being offered to you as well. We have Venus moving on into Aries on the 20th of the month. This is your third house of communications, pacts, promises, commitments, as well as your peer group and helpful third parties. And with Venus in the third house, it's going to be a time of a lot of hookups. You know, a lot of matchmaking opportunities going on. Any kind of matchmaking. It doesn't necessarily have to be about love. These could be, referrals, professional matchmaking, people running positive interference for you, people taking things off your hands, right? Venus is all about favors and gifts and affection. And you're going to be finding that your peer group and your closest allies are going to be going to work for you. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces on the 20th of the month. This is that second house of earned income, employment, values, and valuables. And this could indicate an opportunity for a new way of generating income, or maybe an expansion of an existing income avenue that you have, or finally getting an income avenue that you are just over the moon with. Because a new moon is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and long-term commitments. In the 2-week window period following February 20th, a lot of you Aquarian people may be taking on a new job, taking on a new role. Or if you're not moving on to a new job or a new role, there may be some kind of development where you are adding on a new service, adding on a new product, adding on a new responsibility that is still widening an income avenue that you have. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. Hey there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for February 2023. And just a quick reminder, if you ever want to get a session with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and of course engagement helps this channel out a lot. This month is all about moving away from the unending, getting away from that which is just stuck in a repetitious pattern. It's hit the wall. It's not growing anymore. We've seen it. The writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall that it hit. And a lot of the way the planets are kind of moving, especially because we have such an abundance of planets in kinetic elemental energies, water, air, and fire, you're probably going to find that anything that would be trying to start up a repetitious failing pattern is just going to get rolled over. And a lot of this for you, interestingly enough, is due in part to the sun in Aquarius for the first 3 weeks of the month. And this is your 12th house of your past, privacy, and hidden zone. And the sun bringing attention, enhancement, support, and growth here is all about giving new power, new force to things that were either left in the past, abandoned, or discarded, or suppressed, or subjugated in some way. Now, while we're dealing with moving away from the unending, this is talking about present conditions. But goodies can come out of the past, whether it's from allies or old projects, old ambitions, or again, people that we've lost touch with, friends and contacts that are really good for us that we've just been moved away from or blocked from being able to connect with. Well, the sun here is kind of melting anything and everything that is the reason for those blocks or for those losses, deprivations, and departures. And that is a huge part of moving away from the unending. After the 20th of the month, the sun is in your sign for the duration of February and going on into March. And this is your, once a year birthday transit, right? Happy birthday, Pisces. And this is a time where you're going to notice your whole world getting turned upside down in a positive way. And this can show up with that focus on attention, enhancement, support, and growth, transforming all environments or all zones, all houses in your chart at the same time. You may be finding some serious environmental and atmospheric shifts that are taking place simultaneously at the office, as well as at home, as well as at school, as well in your relationship, as well as in your health, and all over the place at the same time. Again, turning your whole world upside down for the best. However, during this period, it's important to make sure that you also understand that you want to make sure that you can facilitate this. because sometimes this can be an uncomfortable transit, especially if we're in a situation where we might not be ready to, kind of step out of the shadows, so to speak, or this is all happening to us in a way that's overstimulating. Pace yourself, but stay with the pace. We have a full moon in Leo on February 5th. This is your 6th house of work, reputation, your schedule, the services that you offer, the people that you serve, and the people that you serve with. And a full moon is all about culminations, transitions, and endings. And from the 5th through about the 19th of the month, you may be noticing that there is a huge page turn going on with not only how you are providing your services to the world, but who you're providing them with. Some of you may be changing roles, changing jobs into something that is much more profitable, much more secure, allows you to shift onto an income road that's taking you where you want to go. Some of you may be walking away from some kind of professional or financial commitment. Some of you may also find that your teams are going through a bit of a shift as well. And this could indicate, the better or the good getting better and the bad going away. You may also be finding a transformation in your customer and client populations into, subbing them out or swapping them out for those that are so much more conducive to you having the quality of life and the income you desire. We have Mars in Gemini all month long. This is your 4th house of home and family, the domicile, anything to do with your roots or home economy. Mars bringing in that focus on high energy, blockbusting, and an intense rousing of activity is all about just eliminating obstacles and the causes of obstacles to having the home economy, the home lifestyle, and the family situation that we desire. Now, this can sometimes bring up some dramas every once in a while, especially when it comes to clobbering any kind of old financial business or unhealthy situations that we've been saddled up with, whether it's within our home or as it relates to our family or our roots. Mars does not have a tolerance for the volatile, the dysfunctional, or the toxic, and so you may be finding that this is going really aggressive, but maybe that's what it takes. Mars here is also going to be eliminating something that has been a chronic pain or a chronic problem for you, a family member, somebody that you care about deeply, and also allowing for a new sense of security for you, both financially and in the way that you are carrying on your home. Mars is also going to be speeding up the increase of wealth that is going to be generated in a home-based business operation, or increasing your wealth by bringing that intense rousing of activity to your home economy. We have Mercury in Capricorn through the 11th of the month. And this is your 11th house of friendships and social networking. The guys, the girls, your fellows, your squad. And with Mercury here, this is going to be a time where you may be noticing that friends and allies are coming into a new kind of power. And they may be using that power on your behalf. This could be a group, this could be one friend, this could be a few choice people. But if you have been a bit of a solo player, if you've been on an island for a while, Pisces, be prepared, because there's a lot of goodies in the offering for you. Friends and allies are going to also be, dedicating their tools, their resources, their energies towards providing those mercurial rapid developments, accelerated productivity, and quick turnarounds for you. After the 11th, we've got Mercury in Aquarius, your 12th house of your past, privacy, the hidden zone, things going on behind the scenes. And this is a time where you are going to be given a lot of shortcuts. Hidden opportunities, hidden gifts coming to you from behind the scenes. Now, these could be really cool hot tips that you're getting at the office, people doing favors for you behind the scenes that you don't even know about. You may be finding out about shortcuts to goals that are bona fide, by the way, or you may be finding out about ways that you can speed up developments with projects or agendas that have fallen behind or fallen off schedule. And you're also going to find that with Mercury in the 12th house, you're going to be getting a chance to recover some kind of skill, some kind of passion, some kind of pastime that really does help you, well, feel more at home within yourself and within the world, right? Whether you're, I'm going to pick up music, I'm going to pick up drawing, I'm going to pick up my old craft. Sometimes these things get displaced in life for whatever reason, and skill recovery and skill retrieval and skill activation is huge with Mercury in the 12th house, not just for the back half of February, but also in March. We have Venus in your sign all the way up through the 20th of the month, turning you into a love and affection and popularity magnet. And you may be finding that with Venus here, you are also going to be the recipient of a lot of important gifts that are coming your way through people in your personal life and people in your professional life. Venus here is also going to be giving you an opportunity to retrieve or maybe finally acquire some kind of prize that you have sought your whole life. We're going to find the avenue to it. We're going to find the means to get it. We're going to find the connections to bring it all together. We have Venus entering Aries on the 20th of the month. This is your second house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables. And you may be finding that with Venus here for the duration of February and going on into March, making money is a hell of a lot easier. Venus always brings an opportunity to make wealth without having to lift any more fingers than you already do. Now, this could be because of a policy change, something going on in your industry or your office, or perhaps something that is changing about a present income avenue that you have or a prospective income avenue that you're looking at that is suddenly making it more viable and more lucrative than you maybe would have slated it to be. Finally, we also have a new moon in Pisces, which is on the 20th of the month. And this is all about seed planting, new beginnings, and long-term commitments. And in the 2 weeks following the 20th, well, it's your birthday new moon. What do you want to wish for, right? What do you want to do the work of planting and establishing, knowing full well that it will manifest in full by the time we get to the end of May, beginning of June? This is a time where you've got to know what you want, say what you mean, and mean what you say. Are you looking for a new job, a new relationship, a new place to live? Are you looking to maybe get published? Are you looking to travel? Are you looking to go back to school, right? The sky's the limit. Do you want to change careers? It doesn't matter with this new moon, but you are going to have to make sure that you're doing the groundwork as well. It's no good to just kind of plaster affirmations or say, I claim this, but God, don't say I claim this on my videos, please. But also at the same time, go out there and do it. Cast your spells, but file those applications. Do your prayers, but also do the physical work, because new moons in your sign mean business. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.